Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. And this is our Legends segment. And tonight, we got the legends of all legends from the 561 Palm Beach County finest, NFL Hall of Famer Rickey Jackson. Rickey, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, appreciate being on.
Man, it's been a long time, brother, long time.
Yeah, man, we ain't seen each other in a minute now.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. It's always good to see you doing well, man.
Yeah, man, we go all the way back to high school days. You know how long we go back? Well, we go back a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that, man. So you were born and raised in Pahokee, Florida, and you and I met, of course, playing high school ball against each other back in the '70s, way back in the '70s, right? And so you were a football, basketball, and baseball star at Pahokee High, which is better known as the Muck. And y'all have produced some of the best athletes in the state of Florida, or some of the greatest athletes in the whole country, but for that matter. The Muck has produced over 40 NFL football players. That's incredible, man. That's incredible. And the town, tell me if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
your
you got
population,
a lot, man.
the town of Pahokee
about
population,
4,000, 5,000.
about 4,000 population.
About
Man.
4,000 or something. Yeah, about 4,000.
So let me ask you this. Pahokee is a unique place, right? I remember coming over there to play football games. My first experience in Pahokee, I was a 10th grader, and we playing over there in Pahokee, and the football field was right in the middle of a sugarcane field. Is that right?
It's still there.
It's still there?
Yeah,
Same
still
field?
It can't go nowhere. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah,
Hey, man, those are some fun days, man.
Another field, but it's still in the same spot.
Same spot? That's cool, man. That's cool. So listen, Rickey, you grew up playing football there. Tell me what's special about Pahokee that you love so much about Pahokee.
Well, I mean, everybody together. There's a town that, you have everybody know everybody. So it ain't no secrets. So that was the good thing about it. You know what I mean? You know what the other family was about. You know what they stood for. So it just wasn't no secret. So
right.
Everybody know your family. You know everybody else's family. Everybody know all the girls and the boys. So anything that went on, you couldn't hide it. And I mean, and then
that might not be too good, right?
You know where you stood, and then you got the lake where people can go get all the fish they want. You got the fields where people can, catch everything they want. And they got the turtles, everything you want. You can have something to eat. It ain't like the city like where. You got to worry about food. They got all the cornfields.
That's right.
They got all the bean fields. They got, they got meat, vegetables, and seafood that, I mean, they got 3 or 4 or 5 different fish in the lake. So there was always food for you. You know what I mean? You might not have all the riches and stuff you have, but when you did have vegetables and the food, that you can go get without having to, screw.
Right. That's cool, man. So let me ask you this, man, because I don't know all your story. I know a lot of your story, but I don't know all of it. Now, how old were you when you started playing football?
I was about 12.
12?
Yeah, I was about 12. You start playing I'm talking organized. You start playing at 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. You start playing, but first activity with pads and stuff on. I was about 12 with pads and stuff on.
Right. So were you in middle school at that time?
Right. And even when I was in the 6th grade, I was on the 8th grade team playing with the 8th graders, and I was on the 6th grade on the team. And after about 6 games, they came and took off the team. And they said that I wasn't old enough and in the right to play with the 8th graders. But they let me play 6 games. And I started the 6th game, and I was pretty good the sixth game,
Right.
and they stopped me from playing. Really kind of hurt back then.
Right. So now at Pahokee High School, back in those days, Pahokee was a AA school. And I know my high school was a AAA school, and we played against each other every year. And I can tell you this,
Right,
we had
y'all
a
big
lot of great
right.
we had a lot of great talent in Palm Beach County. We started talking about Forest Hill, O.J. Anderson. We started talking about Carlos Carson at John I. Leonard. We talk about you at Pahokee, me at Atlantic High School, and we talk about Anthony Carter at Suncoast. There's a lot of talent, man, down there. And here's the most amazing thing, Ricky. All of us was pretty good in high school, but there were a lot of other players, man, that never got the chance to play ball on the level we played, and the world never got a chance to see them. There's a lot of great ball players who never made it. Talk about that.
Well, my thing was a lot of them didn't take their bendo. Sometimes you have to look at, the surroundings and look at what they did and what we did. My whole thing was I was going to college to play football and to make pro. And whatever it took, I wasn't going to let nothing derail that. But a lot of them didn't have that same attitude. A lot of them attitude, man, we playing now good, but they didn't see the future of what it can bring later. So my thing was I had a vision that I wanted to play pro football, and that's what my vision. Everybody didn't have that vision. Some guys were good, but they was good in high school, but you don't know the next level what they would have turned out to be because their mindset wasn't ever there.
Right. And that's powerful what you just said, because we know there's a great book that says the people perish without a vision. And so you got to have a vision for your life.
Right.
It's a mindset.
Right.
I remember, Ricky, for me.
Like a knowledge.
That's right. And so I remember when I was 9 years old, I was just 9 years old, when I saw Gale Sayers play, and I said, man, I want to do that. And nobody told me to do this, man. But I remember like it was last night. I went and got a piece of paper, and I wrote on this piece of paper, I am a pro football player. And I would go outside in the streets of Delray, play street ball, and I'll try to do those same moves I saw Gale Sayers do, right? And what I was doing, I was working on something. But my mind had completely, had taken over the fact that that's what I wanted to do. It didn't matter how small I was, because I was a small dude, right? And I didn't let that get in my way. I didn't let the people who kept telling me, "Oh, you too small, you can't do it." I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, you had the speed. You had the speed, though.
I had the speed. I did. Right. I did. But I had a heart for it too. And so just like we talk about.
Yeah, you was always tough too, man. You got a heart for it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Ricky, you went.
And my thing.
I can't hear you. Breaking up.
Yes, I'm listening at you.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. It's
I'm listening at you, Bobby. Say what you're saying.
Okay, I remember when you and I were seniors in high school, and we played you guys over in Pahokee. And after the game, we were walking out the fence, and you said to me, "Let's go to the same college." And I say, "Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that." And next thing I know, I had went to visit the Michigan State, and it was snow on the ground. I'd never seen snow in my life, and I knew I couldn't do that, man. And next thing I heard, you going to Pittsburgh. I said, man, how you going all the way up there?
Right.
So Florida State, Miami.
Well, I went to Michigan State myself.
You did?
To me, and my whole it was undefeated. And when I got up there with them, they were the national champion.
Right. Right.
Just wanted.
Right. I mean, and let me say this about your college, man. You went to Pitt. Evidently, you saw something when you went up there, because I don't know of any college team with the kind of talent that they had on your on University of Pitt's team when you were up there your 4 years. Because your senior year in particular, we played you guys in Tallahassee, but you had in 1981, the year we got drafted, I think you had 12 draft choices out of your class at Pitt. 12 out of your senior group. I know it was you. It was you, Green. You had Randy McMillan was a first rounder. Mark May was a first rounder. You were a second rounder. Greg Meisner, I think, was like a third round. Carlton Williamson. I mean, I can go on and on. Benji Pryor. I can go on and on with this list. Russ Grimm. You know, you had that many NFL players in your senior class. The only other team I ever heard to rival that was LSU last year, right? I think LSU had about 12 or 13, right? But you guys had an amazing team. And on top of that, on top of having 12 in your class, you had about another 18 guys on the team that eventually became NFL great players. So I can imagine what the competition was like in practice up there in Pittsburgh. I mean, y'all like a pro team. Y'all are getting it in. Talk about that. You heard me, Rickey? Oh, we lost it. Well, hopefully he'll get back on. But ladies and gentlemen, Rickey Jackson, NFL Hall of Famer. You know, you don't get that far. You don't get to wear that gold jacket unless you were some kind of special player, and he was definitely a special player. Hopefully, there you go. We get him coming back. Rickey, all right.
Yeah.
You with me? Okay. So talk about all those great
You hear me
players
now?
at Pittsburgh. Yeah, I hear you well now. Talk about your
Yeah.
senior group,
I don't know what happened. I
your
think I
class.
Yeah, man. Had Hugh Green. Well, we had 12 guys to get drafted, and we had 4 more guys to go at free agent, and all of them made pro except about 2 of them.
Wow, man.
And I had something happen to me that never happened before. Me and Russ Grimm went at Pitt 4 years together before they made the Hall of Fame together. He won the Hogs.
I remember that.
That never happened
that.
before. 2 guys going
Right.
college together. Played 4
Right.
years together before make the Hall of Fame together at the same time. Then we had Mark May. He won Ireland that year. Hugh Green won everything.
Yeah,
Hugh Green
did.
was second for the house. You know, he was on the other side of me.
Right.
Then you had Carlton Williamson, Lynn Thomas. They went to the 49ers, third and fourth round. So, you know, we had all those guys that go, you know, so high in the draft and stuff. And, you know, all of them made it, and all of us still great friends. And, you know, when we go back to Pitt, man, we celebrate and have a great time. And, you know, Marino used to come to Pahokee all the time with me, and he came last year with me. So, you know, all us still like brothers, man, and it's been a long time, you know, and all us in touch with each other, and all us great friends, you know.
Well, that's good. One thing about this game of football we play, man, we just had this great brotherhood. It never changed. I mean, you know, when I think about you, man, I just smile and laugh. You know, just to see you here, I haven't seen you in years. You know, it just brings joy to my heart, man. It's a brotherhood that, man, put it this way, we'll always be tight, man. We love each other for the rest of our life, bro. There's no question about that. So
yeah, I know that's right, man. I was growing a little beard. I'm growing a little beard now. I did before. I'm growing a little.
I see you full grown now. So Rickey,
they tell me I like TD Jake, so I'm gonna cut it off. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off.
Hey, let me sound out some things about, you know, so that people can know exactly who you are. You know, you're NFL Hall of Famer. as a pro, you played 14, 15 years. 15 years? You
15.
played 15 years?
Yep, started every game I played in.
That's awesome, man. You were
Started every game I played in. 227 games.
Wow. You were a 6-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
4-time first team All-Pro. Right. 2-time second team All-Pro. Right. You in the New Orleans Saints Hall of Fame. You in the New Orleans Saints Ring of Honor. And I like this one. You're in the 100 sack club. That's a small club. 100 sacks in his career. And then, and I got to ask you, let me just start right here. Let me ask you this. So, I know how it works back in the day. Huh? I missed something?
Well, you know, one thing more to me than any of that, Florida 31. I mean, when you get into Florida 31 top, that mean a lot to me.
That's a lot right there. That's special. And so it just shows how all of us, man, we just always reflect back home. It's something that makes us.
You know, I just look at the guys who they. Yeah, I mean, and Bob, you know, some of the guys they left out of that Florida top 31 players, you know, should be in there. I look at some of the guys who they got in there, you know what I mean? You know, they're going to pick the Chris Collinworth and, you know, the Emmitt Smiths, and they're going to pick those guys. But they left a couple of the guys down south off there, you know, like Mike and Irvin. They're going to be on them. They're going to put them in there. But you know, some of the other guys they left off should have been on there.
Right. You know how those things go. It goes like that. So let me ask you a question. So you leave the Saints. Now, back in the day, we all played in the NFC West, which consists of the Falcons, the Saints, the 49ers, and the Los Angeles Rams. And when you got finished after playing 13 years in New Orleans, you went to the 49ers.
They call it the South now.
They call it the South now, NFC South. But back then we were in the West. So how was that like going to play for the enemy?
I went there to get the Super Bowl ring.
What?
Yeah, I went 49 to get the Super Bowl ring.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. And you got it
to get the Super Bowl ring. That's why I went there to win the Super Bowl.
Right, and you got it. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So all right, so
I started, you know, lead team and then I didn't have to practice. You know, when you go there, the old guy went there, they didn't make you practice and stuff. So,
really?
You know, once they bring you there, they automatic. You made the team. They're not gonna cut you. So, I didn't have to practice and all that stuff. You know, just play the game.
That's good, man. Because back in those days, training camps were hard. You know, I know we used to go 6 weeks or 2-a-days in Atlanta. You know, it was just real hard back in those days.
You know, I was guys, you know. Yeah, I was beating the hot down there, man. I know y'all went through something.
Oh man, it was crazy in Atlanta, bro. It was crazy. So Rickey, you recorded 10 or more sacks in 6 different seasons. You led the NFL in fumble recoveries in 1990 and 1991. In your career, you had over 1,100 tackles, 1,173. You had 128 sacks. They took a few away from you. I don't understand why they did that. And then you had like 8 interceptions. You had 40 forced fumbles. Now, you had a knack for.
I was a ball, man. Where ball went, that's where I
went. For sure. But you had a knack for getting that ball out and knocking that ball out and then recovering the ball. I mean, because when you start looking at the records, I mean, you in the all-time NFL records for fumble recoveries, you know, on top of most sacks in a career, but most opponents fumble recovered. I mean, you just had a knack for getting that ball.
All right. I'm number 2. You know, I come from playing them tight end days back in Pahokee. I used to play tight end and catch all them passes.
Hey, I remember you catching a touchdown pass on me my junior year at my high school. You weren't gonna bring that up, right? You remember that? They threw one deep. I
All
think it was Ronnie
right.
Osborne. Threw one deep
I
down there.
thought you forgot about that.
How can I forget about that?
Yeah, right. He threw it to.
You do it there. I'll never forget that, man. I was like, man, how you got that ball?
He back there working with the recreation youth. Yeah.
That's good, man. That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
next
a good
time.
tight end, man. I didn't want
Oh
nobody
yeah.
cutting me down and all. You know.
You could have played tight end on the next level. I mean, you had it like that. But you got all the records in the Saints history book, man. I mean, you first in everything, first in most games played, first in most sacks in your career, tied for first most seasons. You know, you first in most opponent fumble recovered in a career and in the seasons, and for most sacks, you're tied for first. For 2 games, you had 4 sacks in 2 games in your career, one against Detroit, and we ain't gonna talk about the other one. You know, against the Falcons. So, so I mean, you put together a body of work in the NFL, and and here's the most amazing thing that I found out, that when you were inducted in the Hall of Fame, that was the same year the Saints won the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
I mean, that was awesome, man.
That's the year I went in the fame.
Yeah, the same year. I thought that was awesome, man. So do you on every level that you played in, Rickey, you always had good teammates. So when you were in high school, you played defensive end on one side, and you had one who was a year older than you, named Remus Johnson, who played on the other side. And then when you go to Pitt,
Right.
you were on one side, and Hugh Green was on one side, right? And then when you go to New Orleans, it was you and Pat Swilling on the other side. So did that help you in your game, having somebody on the other side?
I always had somebody good on the other side.
You always had somebody good on the other side. So they
always. I mean, it make you know that you got to do something. What it did for me, it made me work.
Ah, okay.
You try not to do the other person on the other side. You
Right,
don't want them,
right.
you know. But my job was harder than their job, because I played this side, and the quarterback was right-handed 99% of the time.
Ah,
so he
that's
could
right.
see me and dump the ball and get rid of the ball when he couldn't see them.
Right.
So you know, it was tougher for me playing the stronger side than they playing the weak side, because on the right side, the quarterback never see him coming.
That's right.
So he get a chance to make the play, but when I come, they throw the ball away and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Right. Man, I can remember some of the matchups.
And what I did was way more than what they did, because quarterback never see Lawrence.
Right.
But he always see me and get a chance to throw the ball away.
That's right. That makes sense. But I remember just watching you play when we played you in Atlanta, and you know we always had a pretty decent offensive line. But man, they couldn't deal with you, man. I remember you and Chris Hinton going at it one Sunday, and one time you had him so frustrated, I saw you just laughing at him out there. Right? And Chris Hinton's one of the best offensive linemen in the game back in those days, man. So you had him confused, because one of the things I know about you.
Yeah, well, you know, I get off the ball so quick. You know, I learned that. Yeah, but I learned how to get off the ball so quick.
Right. And you were very athletic. So yeah, man. You had an awesome career.
You know, coming from the muck, man. Coming from the muck, you had to be athletic.
Yeah. I mean, all of you guys were athletic, man. I'm just telling you, I can start talking about players from over there, man. And I'm just shaking my head when I was thinking about it. Like Andre Jones, quarterback, left-handed. he was a monster, right? From Pahokee. And then I look at the guys who playing now. Rabbit's still playing. You know, he out there. I mean, Anquan had a great career. You know, went to Florida State and, you know, had a good NFL career. I mean, we just go on and talk about guys who come out of there, man. I mean, it's a whole different thing. And you think about the population. I mean, it'd be different when we was talking about Miami, right? Yeah. But we talking about Pahokee. I mean, you know, football is a way of life out there. Sports is a way of life. And because of guys like you know, these guys can see that, hey, look, there's a chance for me. If I do the right things, I can get out of here and make something happen for me and my family. Now you know, Delray got a few people out there, right? You know, we got a couple guys in the league from Delray now. You know, I got to talk about my hometown a little bit there too now. You know, we've had some great players come out of there over the years, and there's so many of them that come out of there, Ricky. I don't even know them all no more. Somebody had to call me and tell me that so-and-so playing in the NFL now at Delray. So Palm Beach County is still going strong, man. We're still producing, you know, players on a high level, you know, on both ends of the county, right? And so it's exciting to see these young kids get an opportunity to go and, you know, and live a life, live a dream, you know. And I do believe all dreams can come true, you know, if you got the mindset for it, your thoughts are right, and your actions are right behind it.
Man, where they can see me, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think you
left. I went down to the house there and stuff. So
you keep breaking up. I can't hear you at all.
Yeah. Hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. I just heard you now. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
We don't have good reception.
I need to go.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you say.
I need to go. Hear me now?
I hear you right. I heard you just then. Can you hear me?
I'm trying to wonder if he can hear me.
Yeah. Okay. So Ricky, can you hear me? All right, good. Yeah, we kept breaking up. There you go.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just it's special, you know, that you're going back and you're still invested in the community in Pahokee. You know, your own real estate there, and you get a chance to go back and visit people and try to help people out in your community. I know you're doing a great work down in your hometown, you know, and that's important. You know, I just believe when life offers us benefit, you know, like you and I, we got a chance to go away and do something great. You know, I own property in Delray, you know, myself and all my family's still there, and you own property in Pahokee, you know, just trying to, you know, keep the community going and let people know that, hey, look, keep hope alive. You know, there's opportunity for everybody. And you sure have been an example of that in your community. And so my hat's off to you, big man.
All right, man.
Rickey, I can't hear you. Well, look, man, we'll catch up. Hello? All right, folks. So that's our show. We're having bad reception tonight.
I appreciate everything.
Yeah, that my guy Rickey Jackson, NFL Hall of Famer, former childhood friend of mine, former
NFL
alumni friend of mine. We go back way back and love that guy. He means so much in my life. You know, it's amazing. You can't do anything without other people in this life. You know, my life was good, but I tell you, I'm nothing without Rickey Jackson, and vice versa. You know, we all had to come together and play against each other and make each other grow and become the people that we became. So God bless you, man. Appreciate you. This is 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video, like it, share it, comment, and we'll see you next week.